For some fans, TNA presents an exciting alternative, but for the masses, it has gone downhill in a bad way, as the following list of 10 will prove. The 10 shocking things TNA want you to forget. Exploiting Orlando Jordan's sexuality. WWE handled Darren Young's sexuality quite well, but TNA went in the complete opposite direction with Orlando Jordan. He was over the top and close to offensive, whereas WWE treated Darren Young no different, which is the way it should be done. Jordan himself pushed the character as he did in the WWE, but the end product was done very tastefully there. Horrible second-generation wrestlers. Legacy is a huge thing in the WWE, with second-generation wrestlers being presented well. Unfortunately, TNA got the worst of the lot. Garrett Bischoff, Wes Briscoe, and Lacey Von Erich were among the assortment of wrestlers in this category, and each of them was a gigantic letdown, especially when compared to Charlotte, Bray Wyatt, Natalya, and Randy Orton. It just seems that TNA missed the boat. Awful athlete cameos. Now, granted, WWE doesn't have the best track record with athlete cameos, but they have had stars like Ronda Rousey make appearances. TNA has been, frankly, horrible. The worst of these was Adam Pac-Man Jones, who ended up winning the TNA Tag Team titles with R-Truth of all people. As TNA is the lesser wrestling show in the world, the athletes they got weren't very important, and they all fell very flat. The Claire Lynch storyline. The worst part about this angle is the talented performers that were wasted on it to put it together. AJ Styles, Kazarian, and Daniels were all a part of this angle, which involved an affair with AJ and a woman named Claire Lynch. Eventually, the terrible actor who played Lynch admitted that she was paid off by the latter two, and just like that, it was over, much to the pleasure of anyone who stuck around to watch this train wreck. Being an old folks' home. TNA are using former WWE stars quite well currently, but between 2009 and 2013, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Sting dominated TV, which isn't good. This gave the company a bad reputation, and it resembled the latter days of WCW, especially when Eric Bischoff and the Clique arrived. This reputation came straight after the company came to prominence with AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Chris Sabin, and the likes, and it is credited as the beginning of TNA's downfall. Jeff Hardy vs. Sting, Victory Road 2011. This is the most infamous moment in TNA history, and something that absolutely everyone involved would left in November of 2016, despite having the backing of talent and fans. Another embarrassing loss for Dixie Carter and the train wreck that TNA has become. Vince Russo. Depending on who you ask, Vince Russo is either the devil or a creative genius, but his runs in WCW and now TNA prove that he leans more towards the former. Some of their most horrible and cluttered matches came from the insane mind of Vince Russo, a name that you don't want to be linked to in 2016. He left a long time ago, so TNA won't be able to blame all their failures on him, but throughout his 3 reigns, he was typically ridiculous Vince Russo. Wrestlers wanting out or leaving. Early in the days of TNA, big stars wanted to join the upstart company, but a decade on, all the good talent couldn't wait to leave, due to the poor booking and management. But a fair bit of the blame may lie on the following entry on the list. Financial problems. This is the biggest problem TNA faces today, and even with new backing from Anthem Sports, they remain heavily in debt. Former TNA stars have come out and admitted that they needed other jobs to support their wrestling, and claimed TNA always paid them late, if at all. The worst part of their difficulties is their recent legal debacle with Billy Corgan, as the former president claims that the company owes him millions of dollars.